Today, we are going to be finding out what is the best Doctor Who monster of all time. And Doctor Who takes inspiration from many, many, many things. But another franchise that has some crazy cool monsters is, of course, Star Wars. And Troy and I had a heated debate last week, not 5 minutes ago for us in real time, as to which episode of Star Wars was better. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, or Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. So I put a poll out on Twitter asking that very question, and the results are in. Troy, are you excited?
It sounded like such a YouTube intro. I really hope you go, the results might surprise you.
The results might surprise you.
But before we show you the results, why not click the subscribe button and the like button to stay up to date with all future content? I'm just trying to delay the inevitable here because I'm very sad, Crispy. Tell everyone what the votes are at currently.
Well, we had 28 votes, and 42.9% went to Episode 3, leaving 57.1% going to Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. My favourite Star Wars. I win. I am better than Troy.
Well, that's just unnecessarily mean.
And roll that intro.
Yeah, go on. Roll it.
Hello and welcome back to Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast. My name is Crispy, his name is Troy, and we're the hotline that accepts your calls from anywhere in time and space. And today, I've already said it, we're finding the best, the most elite, the S-tier monster of Doctor Who. What is the best? What is the best pest in the universe? Let's find out today.
The best pest in the universe? That was hard. I love that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. And here's my pesty bestie, Troy. How are you today, sir?
What? Pest?
We're pests as well. We're pests on this platform. You could have called me
what else rhymes with, like, bestie? There could have been something else. Zesty?
Zesty.
My zesty
My zesty bestie. Oh, dearie me. How are you, mate?
Or you could say that I annoy you. I'm your testy bestie.
Nah.
I'm just trying to think of anything else before this joke dies. You could say that I love my bed. I'm a nesty bestie.
That's good. That you are. You are a nesty bestie. Well,
or you could say I'm the best of your friends. The bestie bestie.
Whoa.
Alright, that's enough. We're here talking about the best Doctor Who monster, ladies and gentlemen, with a bit of poetry dabbled in there every now and again, because we do love to amaze and impress. And we will be checking that Star Wars poll result later, because I'm hopeful it will swing in another direction. I'm hopeful.
You have a new hope, my friend? I doubt it.
I do have a new hope, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And I hope that I will get my revenge of the Sith.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
That's
And I hope that, like Skywalker, the poll results for Episode 3 will rise.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
the force of Star Wars fans will awaken.
That's enough.
Can we stop
That's
now?
enough.
Okay.
That's enough.
There's poetry, sir. It's poetry. It's poetry. As George Lucas said, it's like poetry. They rhyme.
I know, Troy. I know.
Welcome to Who's There, a Star Wars podcast. Today we're discussing the best Star Wars film. What calls have we got about that very matter? There definitely isn't about the best Doctor Who monster.
Yeah, let's find some callers. I'm actually. Do you have a monster in mind? As to what you think is the best?
Do you know, I've bounced between different monsters, you know? I mean, especially when one of them's the Celine, there would be some bouncing involved. But I just always like to make the fan jokes to Celine. I only make them because they're Doctor Who monsters. Please don't cancel me. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I was also, do they not just look bouncy? Do they not just look like if you stood on them, like you'd bounce like a trampoline?
Yeah, you would. You would.
Yeah, especially in those CGI shots in 2005.
Well, I love them.
Oh, they're
some of my
faves. I love them. Point being, Slitheen were probably my favourite monster for a while. Then I kind of went on the Silence, because I really like the Silence. It's a really cool monster. And as we discussed previously, you know, one of the only monsters that actually felt like a hide behind the sofa monster in modern Doctor Who, which is great. I love that. So, probably one of the S's, you know?
Okay, the Silence.
So either Slitheen, the Silence, or Stephen Moffat. You know, they're the biggest villains of Doctor Who. I'm joking, Stephen. I love you. It was a joke. You just happened to have the same letter.
Exactly.
The best racer is not the best villain. Come on. Crispy, who's your favourite monster?
Oh, you already know it. You already know it to be true. It's a
Yeah,
silence.
we know it's
Has to
James
be.
Corden, but say it out loud.
Yeah, it's not James Corden. It's got to be the silence. I always loved the silence. It was like right when I was getting into Doctor Who. I was probably the right age to get really properly freaked out by it. Like I remember being like,
Indeed.
"Oh my god!" I wasn't like into scary TV shows or anything like that back then necessarily, but that was proper hide behind your sofa kind of Doctor Who kind of TV.
we love
I
it.
enjoy, and just a very clever premise for an alien and a very cool aesthetic for an alien. That was around the time Slender was popping off too. You know, it's all connected. It's all
It is.
connected.
It
Scary
is.
thing in a suit scares me any day of the week.
Yeah.
But let's see what frightens Julia, shall we?
Julia, what have you got to say about your favourite monster?
Hi, Julia here. Now, I don't know if you count in the other TV shows, but hands down, my favourite Doctor Who monster is the 456 from Torchwood Season 3. Amazing, impactful, so horror-filled. I just feel they're the perfect villains. They're the ones you don't see, really, so you don't know what they look like. Everything about them is impactful. Oh, they're just so good.
Yeah, they are so terrifying. It's unbelievable. And, well, it's probably like the Jaws effect, right? Because you don't see it for most of the third Torchwood series. You kind of see it towards the end. It is all smoky and slimy and gross. And, like, if I watched that as a kid, I don't know if I'd be watching Doctor Who anymore just because it would be associated with that, because that's genuinely terrifying. And the actual reveal as to what's going on, like what it like, you know, kind of gets a dopamine hit out of, you know, eating children, right? That's the premise, isn't it? That's the whole thing.
It's a wild sentence, that, getting the kick out of eating children. I mean, I hope you're enjoying this family-friendly podcast.
Isn't that it?
Children,
Well,
stay
try-
safe, please.
I don't know how to word it properly, but yeah, it's just weird. It's weird and gross and horrible. So yeah, it might not be the best, but it's definitely one of the scariest.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Your thoughts?
I think you're right.
Thank you so much. You want to hear another one?
Yeah. You know what? I'll let you carry an answer rather than have me waffle over every single one. You know, you talk about eating
Alright.
children, and then we've got our fill.
Well, Jeremy Duncan has sent in a message.
Come on, Jeremy, what have you got for us, mate?
Hello, Jeremy. How are you?
Hi, Troy. Hi, Crispy. I would say Daleks because they have the best clapbacks.
Oh,
That is all.
that's true. That's
Best
true. They're sassy.
clapbacks.
They are sassy. They are sassy little tins. Don't you think?
I don't know why, just the idea that the best monster in all of Doctor Who is the one that has the best clapbacks, and it's a squid in a box.
Yeah. It's true.
It's just Doctor Who summed up.
Yeah. No, they're pretty awesome. They are pretty damn awesome.
What are you looking at, sir? What are you being distracted by? We've both been distracted
I'll tell
today.
you what. My boss has just texted, and I'm wondering if it's for me. Oh, here we go. It is. My boss texted me being like, "Hey, this previous employee is doing something great. Shout them out on our social media." I was like, "Okay, we'll do." And that's
Wow,
it.
why don't you
that's
say,
the whole
excuse
story.
me, sir, I have my own social media platform. Why can't we push that?
We might. We'll see what happens. We'll see.
The Crispy
see what
Pro
happens.
sponsorship by his own place of employment? Is that like a work version of a Nepo baby? Is that how that works?
I don't know. I don't even know how the tax works on that, so we're not even going to bother right now.
That's the true struggle in all of life, tax.
Oh, it's great. It's great. But you know what? This next message won't be taxing.
Taxting.
What is
My
that?
favourite monster in Doctor Who is the one that walks around making up words. It's the Crispy.
Yeah, that's me. Hey guys, I'm texting.
You're such a villain. You're such a villain, Crispy.
Sometimes. Let's listen to Alfie. Alfie, what's your fave monster?
Hello, I think the best monster in Doctor Who is the Flood because of how scary they are and just like the sheer aspect of them. Like being any living water is just terrifying. Okay, bye.
Very true. Mrs. Flood is terrifying.
I know, we just had an episode on Mrs. Flood, and now you're here with The Flood. Where was this energy last week, Alfie? Oh my goodness. No.
My goodness gracious me.
Yeah, one-time villain of the waters of Mars, but, you know, being a one-time villain doesn't mean you're a bad one. In fact, it can often mean you're one of the better ones. The Weeping Angels were a one-time villain when they were regarded as one of the greatest monsters.
Yeah, and I don't think they've ever been able to recapture the beauty that was Blink with them. But yeah, the Flood, I think is a really, really great pick. Genuinely, well, that's kind of body horror, isn't it? Kind of.
Oh, we're back on the body horror theme?
Is it?
Okay.
What is body horror? What is that? It's just like Wild Blue Yonder?
It's horror. Well, I mean, no. Well, I suppose that kind of counts, but it's like that's like like pre-Watershed body horror with just jaws dropping and arms being a bit too long.
Yeah.
You want to watch true body horror, sir? The Fly, 1986. That's body horror.
Oh my
Again,
gosh.
Too old for people watching this who are underage. You're going to start recommending films that are better age appropriate for a family-friendly podcast, sir.
True. But yeah, The Flood. I think it's very. I feel like it's very effective.
Yeah.
And simple. Like it's simple. I think I remember reading in the what's the thing at the Writer's Tale.
That book that you so love to quote, sir.
They had so many like variations as to what it was going to be like, and I think what they landed on is really, really effective. Really, really effective. And like the contacts in the eyes, oh, that's proper creepy. That's proper creepy stuff. Oh, the cracked lips, get them some chapstick,
That was a great rhyme. Did you intend for that?
Nope.
Cracked
That's
lips,
fine.
get them chapstick.
Yeah.
Can we have like
Crispy
a
Crow.
jingle, a ringtone even for that sponsorship? Do.
You want a ringtone or something?
I don't know. Have you got one?
Here we go.
Oh, okay.
I know these teeth.
Close enough to lips, to be fair. Close enough.
What?
It's so loud.
That's my reaction seeing that the Star Wars poll still is in favour of Episode 5.
Yep.
The percentage just barely shifted. 42 votes and still 42. 42 votes and 42% say Episode 3.
Wow.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We need some more suggestions here. What have we had
do,
so far?
we do.
Daleks, Flood, the 456.
The 456, yeah.
Some pretty good suggestions here. I mean, not much is beating the Daleks, but
Not
we'll
much has
see.
been the Daleks, that is true.
JDS Studios, what have you got to say?
I was going to say, to be fair, maybe we get one from a spin-off. We've had 456. Can we get more spin-off villains? Can we get others? I wasn't expecting a non-Doctor Who. I mean, it's not technically Doctor Who, is it? So, pushing the boundaries. Can we have anyone else do that?
We are
see people
pushing
go crazy.
boundaries today. We are pushing boundaries today. Let's see
with
what...
our Star Wars references, we're pushing the boundaries of Doctor Who and talking about things we probably shouldn't be on a Doctor Who podcast and body horror films. So let's see if our callers can carry that forward. GDS Studios, what have you got?
So I don't know about the best monster. That's quite subjective. But one I've always wanted to see come back is the Arachnos. She's terrifying, if you ask me. Incredibly distinct design, an adversary for any doctor to come up against. And I was really excited when the Skithra were coming into Series 12. I thought, oh, heck yeah, the Arachnos is back. Turns out that was a lie. So, Arachnos for the win.
Can we keep that in, please? Please, I know it's going to be annoying, but please.
Keep what in the call? Oh yeah, the call's staying in, but I'm not keeping the F word, bro. Just slipped in there like a casual Thursday conversation.
I just love how passionate you are about the Arachnos. JDS Studios. Well done.
Bro, you listen to this show. Do you not remember me telling Connor not to swear?
Yeah, we don't usually swear, but that's
to quote Black
so
Panther,
funny.
we don't do that here.
Yeah.
You want to see me swear? Go watch my Twitch. You'll get plenty of it there, but not here, sir. Not here.
That's so funny.
Because I just couldn't focus then because of that. Oh, I'm glad he made the point about the Skithra because I would have done otherwise. Famously in the Nikola Tesla episode, just very much felt like the Arachnos, but maybe a bit smaller. And also we'll get a Sarah Jane Adventures character to play. Actually, to be fair, there you go. There's another spin-off tie-in.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, because Anjali Mahindra played the Queen of the Skithra, who famously played Rani in the Sarah Jane Adventures. Crazy.
Oh my gosh.
And the Rani might be Mrs. Flood from last week. The Flood being another monster someone mentioned in this episode.
Troy, stop
this episode being
dots.
an episode of a podcast about episodes. It all connects.
Stop connecting episodes. It's too much. It's too much for me.
Sorry. Last episode, I'd just woken up. Now I'm an hour in, so my brain is it's wired. We're focused.
Oh my gosh.
That's it.
Arachnos, good choice. Agree about your point. Bringing back some kind of arachnid-like creature in Series 12, but not even referencing. They could have had just like a throwaway line that they were a cousin or something.
This before, you look like the Arachnos, and then no, that's it. No, like literally just the Love of Monsters thing. And
It's
I don't
weird.
even think that the kid who drew the Love of Monsters creature, I'm sorry, we know it's another YouTuber, Channel Pup at this
Channel
point.
Pup, yeah.
But like, I don't imagine. I mean, we could ask him this, but I don't imagine when he drew the Absorbaloff, he was thinking this is going to be a Slitheen person. But I imagine Russell looked and went, Slitheen? And so they wrote it in, and Rose goes, is it me or is he a bit Slitheen? No, I'm from the twin planet, Clom, and I'll return there victorious once I possess your travelling machine. So, like, why not have
Gosh.
something like that for the Rachnos and the Skithra?
You know what
Yes,
we
I just
should
quoted Love
do?
of Monsters word for word.
Well, the script exists online. I think we should do a live reading of Love and Monsters. I think that would be so much fun. And we do impressions.
That would be
Don't you think?
Should we put it behind like a Patreon thing? If we get like a few more Patreon subscribers, we'll do a live Love and
Do a
Monsters script
live
reading.
reading of Love
How
and
many?
Monsters.
Right. Okay. All right.
That is
Putting this
so
in the middle of an
funny.
episode, great idea. But let's just see how many active paid patrons do we currently have? We have 6. We have 6.
Hello, beautiful people. We love you.
So you're all beautiful people indeed. But how about this? If we get to 10 active paid patrons,
Yeah.
we will do a live script reading of Love and Monsters. And it can be
Sure.
any tier. It can be the bottom tier, middle tier, top tier. I mean, if you all do the top tier, Crispy will put green face paint on.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
That was a joke. You do not have to commit to that, because I wouldn't
we
commit to
could
that.
see. We could see what happens.
No, yeah, if we get to 10 paid patrons, we'll do the live script reading. So there you go. There's an incentive for you. Go and give us your money, because we deserve
Cool.
it for
Cool.
no
That
real
could be
reason.
an event. That's fun.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I'm down for that. I bet you my mum would want to get involved then. I'd be like, do you want to read some stuff? It's one of my favourite episodes. She'd do it, I feel like.
Yeah. No, that's fun. That's so much fun.
An idea is bread. Thank you very much,
Wow.
GDF.
Thank you, JD. Well, I don't know. Yeah, that was a long way to get there, but thank
Yeah.
you for that call.
It was a long road to walk and a short time to get there.
Sure. Hello, Mr. Scarlo.
Obviously, it's Weeping Angels. They're just so iconic. From the whole revival, Stephen Moffat created the 2 most iconic new monsters. And yeah, the concept of them is just brilliant. The statues, when you look at them, when you look away, they can move and they send you back in time, give you a merciful death. They're just fantastic. Blink introduces them beautifully. And then the other appearances are okay, but Village of the Angels brings them back to the scary mode again, and they're just fantastic.
Thank you, Mr. Scarlo.
I really want to hear Mr. Scarlo do the opening monologue for Listen. I just kind of feel like he's got the voice to do that, to do the opening for the Listen monologue, and I kind of want to hear it. Thoughts?
Okay, well, if we get to 20 patrons,
we will reach out and ask him to record a special.
Yeah, and we'll do a live read through of Listen.
Patreon.com/who'stheir.dw. Give us your money. No, I'm not surprised to hear the Weeping Angels mentioned. And actually, that's a fun theory. You know, some of the most popular monsters are Stephen Moffat monsters.
Yeah, Moffat's great with a monster. Really good with a monster. I just like Moffat because they're like, it's an elevated idea. The Weeping Angels, like, moving when you don't see them is great on its own. Really great on its own. Great design, fantastic. The fact that when they touch you, you go back in time and they feed off the potential days you would have lived, that's moved the monster from like A tier to S tier. Like, that's genius. Like,
Double S tier.
It's unbelievable, and like it's a bit of a meme at this point, but Russell really does like monsters kind of grounded in reality, or it's something that we already do. He plays with memory. He plays with our, scared of statue. What was that? Sorry,
Sand.
What episode is he? Oh, sure.
It's dust, but you know, sand.
Yeah.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
No, I'm still winning in that poll.
Yeah, well, we don't talk about it.
But yeah, Weeping Angel, like I've said it before, I've said it many times, that when people talk about Doctor Who, they go, "Oh, that's the show with the Daleks, right? And those moving statues." That's a huge like statement to make, especially for a show that was, I don't know, over 40 years old at that point when the Weeping Angels were introduced. That it's become in the same sentence as the most iconic Doctor Who villain, the Daleks. Like, there's no denying that the Daleks are probably the most iconic.
Blink in and of itself is an hour of, not even an hour of television, like 45 minutes of television you can just give to someone who doesn't know or even care to watch Doctor Who and be like, yeah, that's good, that's really good.
Insane the cultural footprint that 45 minutes had.
And it happened in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, well done. It's true, it's true. But don't you think that's insane? The cultural significance of Blink?
Yeah.
It's a weird thought, and they were like, oh, this is like the cheap episode, and now we've got like, they got freaking Carrie Mulligan to play the lead in that episode. She's gone on
Yep.
to do a tremendous thing. The episode's aged incredibly well. Anyway, I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon. Thank you, Mr. Scarlo, for
You know
bringing
what,
up the Weeping
Crispy?
Angels.
I am too.
Thanks, mate. Cheers to us.
There you
Being
go.
over the
there
moon.
you go. And you know, I've just thought about it even more. Moffat really is responsible for some of my favourite monsters. You know, he's responsible for the Weeping Angels. He's responsible for the Silence. He even played a part in the Slitheen.
Did he?
Yeah, because they're Moffat boys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Wow. That's something.
Right. That isn't even funny.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is funny.
That was really well done. That was really well done.
Thank you. I have to admit, I thought of that joke 2 minutes ago, and I've been trying to keep it in the back of my head until we had a moment, so I could just slip it in there. I was like, I'm not letting this one go.
That's really well done.
So I don't know if you can see it on the podcast, video watchers. I don't know if you can see the moment like 2 minutes ago where I like went, Moffat boys, and like you just in my eyes, you know, where my thoughts often are with the Slitheen.
Someone is laughing their butt off like on their drive home right now at that.
Yep.
So well done, Troy.
It's my
well
mum. It's definitely my mum. She listens in the car, so it could be her. You don't know.
I sometimes listen in the car. It's very fun. Let's listen to Sammy. What is
Sammy?
your favorite, scariest, spookiest, best
Insert
monster
lightning sounds and
of
wolf howling because it feels like we're suddenly going dark.
Doctor
Oh,
Who?
go, Sammy.
What is it?
Hi, Troy. Hi, Crispy. It might be because I've been watching Series 6 recently, but one of my favourite monsters have to be the Silence.
Respect.
Wait.
Hello?
Wait.
Thank you.
Oh,
That was genius. I kind of wish you hadn't even said thank you, because I would have loved if half the call and you didn't finish was just silence. That was a genius idea. Nicely done.
Look, Sammy, well done. Well played to you. So many
Did you not
jokes this
clock that's
episode.
what he was doing immediately?
Oh, yes, but I suspected something else was coming at the end. I thought Sammy was just going to repeat the question. As if...
Oh, that would have been really good. Ah,
Yeah. But I
Sammy's
mean, look,
kicking himself now. He's like, oh, I could have done that.
Sammy crushed it. I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
and
we're
once
proud of
again, if you're listening to this, you didn't see my reaction, but if you're watching on the visual on YouTube, first of all, subscribe. And secondly, you would have seen me going like this, being like, yes, I agree. I agree. The Silence is elite. And once again, a Moffat creation. Because Moffat has so many good creations like The Weeping Angels, The Silence, and he even played a little part in the Slitheen. Moffat
He did.
Boys.
Yeah,
There we
he
go.
did.
Anyway.
He did. I like that we're making this a running joke. Good stuff,
Yeah,
man. Look at this.
Moffat Boys.
We are like two peas in a...
Podcast.
Yes, go! William, what's your thoughts on the best Doctor Who monster?
Hello, William.
I think for me, the best monster has to be the Weeping Angels. Blink from Series 3 Doctor Who is one of the best stories I've ever watched. I don't think anything tops the Weeping Angels, really. And I really want to see them return. I think Shooty Gat will be really good with them. And Jodie Whittaker had a couple of episodes with them as well, even though I don't think they were that great. But yeah, Weeping Angels.
What?
Village of the Angels slander? What?
Won't be tolerated in this household.
No, your call is now invalid. Thank you for calling.
Invalid.
But we're not
Thank you
gonna
for
talk about
calling,
it.
William.
No, thank you, William. We should keep a tally of like which monsters are mentioned the most. I mean, Weeping Angels is definitely winning. I think probably Silence after that. Or are they
Yeah.
both tied? They might actually both
I think
be
they're tied.
What?
I think they're tied.
Stephen Moffat has us by the short and curlies with his monster creations.
Oh my gosh. Atticus.
Have you heard the phrase short and curlies in the last 10 years? I don't know where that just came from.
I don't think I've ever heard of it. But we'll see. Atticus, level the score for us.
No one said the Cybermen yet. I'm surprised. I think that's my mom's favourite monster.
They're pretty cool. Atticus,
Yeah.
what do you got?
Well, I don't know if this really counts as a monster per se, but Davros. When I was a kid, I watched Remembrance of the Daleks as it was one of my parents' favourite episodes at the time, and still is. And it's my favourite episode ever because it's what introduced me to the love of my life, Sylvester McCoy. And Davros is epic. My partner calls him Wheelchair Guy whenever we watch it. It's kind of funny. She's getting into it. Also, Red Archer, I am waiting for my £5 for that unit pitch. I swear, man, I will.
Ooh.
He will what?
Throw
You've
back.
got to remember, my memory is not good. I don't remember what I had for breakfast. Well, I do remember.
There's a
that's 'cause I
certain
have the same
irony.
breakfast
There's a
every
certain
morning, but-
irony with that sentence. You've got to remember, my memory's not good, guys.
I did think when I
You've
said
got
that.
to remember.
Yeah.
You guys got to remember, my memory's not good.
Yeah. So whatever the £5 is for, I'm not paying you. Thanks for listening.
There was a unit pitch. I wonder.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder what episode that was from. Atticus, tweet us. Let us know.
Don't. I'm going to ignore it.
All right.
So, Davros, a wheelchair guy, come on. Wheelchair guy. Okay, yeah, I mean, that doesn't even count as the Daleks. That's a different thing, I would say. And Davros is a different thing to the Daleks.
The creator.
But a good
the
villain.
Original, you might say. Ollie?
Yeah, you're drifting towards something. I'm kind of excited because I know where we're heading after this.
We'll see what happens. Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm excited. I think it'll still be
nervous.
What's coming. I think will still go better than GSD's call. So I'm an OGDS. So
I
I'm
agree.
intrigued.
There's 2 calls. You see these? You see both of those?
Yeah, I see them. No one else can see them because
right.
we won't be screen sharing. We'll be audio sharing. You'll find out in a minute, folks.
Okay, here we go. But first, let's hear Ollie. Hello, Ollie.
Hey guys. I think the best Doctor Who monster has been the Boneless from Flatline in Series 8. Just how creepy they are to get you from any flat surfaces, like from walls or even from the floor. I think they were the creepiest monsters I think that ever produced.
Wow.
And also enjoy your podcast, guys.
Oh, Ollie, that's very kind.
We enjoy
Thank
you calling in too. Thank you, Ollie.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Well, Ollie, congratulations, because you, of course, you're the podcast call of the week. What a great call.
Hey?
That was great. I tried to have some kind of sound effect. It just kind of sounded like someone slid by really quickly. Whoa.
We should have like a da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, like some kind of like special fanfare. We actually should do that. A caller of the week every week. I like that.
Oh my gosh, it's caller of the week time. Yeah, all right. I'll make a jingle.
Oh, I'm down. I'm excited. Yeah, well done, Ollie. Well done. Okay, so
the boneless.
This is going to be intriguing. Okay, we are finishing. Are we finishing this episode? Well, no, we're not finishing. Actually, do you know what? Why don't we?
We could wrap it up soon.
Well, let's go for a bit longer. We've barely been going, sir. Okay, he wants to get away from you people. He wants to run away.
One day, Colonel Runaway, they call me.
We'll save these 2 calls for a bit later on, and we'll hype it up. I hope that they're good because I am
I don't know if we
concerned,
have any other. Oh no, we've got one more. That's what
we
I'm
only
saying.
have one more for best monster.
Yeah,
we've whittled through these. Oh my goodness, Jamie, what is your favourite monster in Doctor Who?
Hello, Jamie.
Personally, I reckon Nashta Narada, if I got that right. I reckon it's due to be on TV again. It's only been on once, but enjoyed the Big Finish Productions version as well. Yeah, but for me, that's my favourite villain so far. Less is more, like exactly the same night in Midnight. One of the best episodes for me personally as well. It's the most simple. Like again, Weeping Angels, the better than any CGI effect.
Yeah, wow. Whoa. Less is more. I like what you said there about
less is more, and I also think that applies to how many times that villain appears. I don't know if I need Vashanarada to appear again.
Well, I'm all for them appearing as long as they do something different. I don't know what you can do different. What can you do different with shadows? I don't know about shadows.
You can have him played by Keanu Reeves in a hit film coming out December 20th.
Oh my gosh. My goodness gracious me. Well done, Troy. We got there. Sonic reference in
we do. In this house, we love Shadow the Hedgehog, and if you don't, then tough. My love extends to both of us anyway.
No, that's fair. Well, I'm trying to think. What's the most shady place? What's a shady place?
Essex.
I liked.
Oh, you mean like shadows? Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, actual. Yeah,
I don't know.
It's good.
Shady places. I mean, forests. Obviously, they've talked about like an actual forest, like maybe, but I don't.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
Because they come from the forest. The reason they ended up in the library was they came from
because they
the paper,
chop down
the trees.
Yeah. Great stuff. But I'm just trying to think how do you, if you set it in a forest, how do you make that interesting? How do you avoid them in a forest?
You don't.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah. I just don't think they should come back. I think they're fine in that episode. But I agree they're being one of the best villains. That's a good name. Are you not at all impressed by the fact that no one has said Cybermen?
I am impressed. But look, maybe everyone else thought that they were going to say Cybermen, so maybe they were the obvious choice apart from the Daleks, maybe. But the Daleks are always going to get a mention. I don't know.
The Daleks have only had one mention. Davros has had one, but the Daleks have had one separately, and I can't count them separate. I don't know. So, Daleks and Davros, one each.
Well,
Selene Silence, not Selene Silence. I wish the Selene knows many. The Silence and the Weeping Angels, 2 or 3 apiece. So the 4, 5, 6 got to mention. We've had a range. The Rachnos, there's been a good range here. I'm impressed.
There has been a good range.
I'm very impressed with you all, folks. We've
had some great callers.
Blown away. I'm blown away.
It's been fantastic. It's been beautiful.
I can't believe we've gone through all the calls set. We have raced through this episode. We've only sometimes they'd be going for like half an hour, not even. I can't believe it. What do we do?
Well, we've got these two, and we just kind of we make a judgment call as to what is the best Doctor Who monster of all time.
Well, based on these next two calls.
Based on these next two calls.
This is dangerous. So, folks, this is a regular listener of the Doctor Who podcast. Not sure if she's called in before. She might have done. Zoe, who has, for some reason, named herself Zongus for these two calls. But in brackets, for both of them, put, I'm so drunk, I'm sorry. And there's two parts to this. So this could go very badly.
I'm real
But
nervous.
as long as she doesn't swear, I'm happy for this to be in.
Yeah.
So...
Let's see what happens.
Let's just see. Let's have part 1, and then we can have a cliffhanger and talk about it, and then part 2, like it's a Doctor Who season. I'm excited.
Hello?
Okay, lads, look, I'm so drunk right now, and I'm sorry, but but the silence? Yes. Daddy. I'm sorry for swearing. Yeah, just that like early 2000s creepypasta kind of vibe. I love it. I love it. Yeah.
It's just.
That's funny.
Are we keeping this in?
Can you? Is it annoying too?
I could fiddle with it and cut it out. It might sound incoherent, but I mean she's drunk anyway, so blame it on her and not on the editing. So the silence gets an extra vote. All right, come on. What's part 2 then? Let's just have it. Let's have it.
Be interesting. Here we go.
And also the silence with the Daleks. They're just. It would behoove me if I didn't mention the boys. I have a whole shelf of. I love them. They are my lads, my little fascist pepper pots. Yeah.
Wow. So there is something beautifully poetic about how this whole race, like to the end here, has been, a race between the Daleks and the Silence. And Zoe has said both.
It was a race between the Weeping Angels and the Silence, but yeah.
Oh, was it? Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Sorry to ruin your poetry there, but
I thought it was gonna be nice.
Actually, if you count the Davros as the Daleks, that does bring the Daleks up roughly level with the others. But I think the Silence came out on top.
Wow, well done. Well done. The Silence. Are you happy with that? How do you feel about that? Oh, stop it. It's a joke. Troy's joking about the Silence. Stealing jokes from our listeners. Oh gosh, I can't do this right now. Troy, you better start saying some words. No,
I'm doing a cosplay from Smile 2, out this October.
Whoa.
Oh, what's that? Oh, okay. And suddenly we're in the Pink Panther. What's going on here?
I don't know. Had to play some music.
We've run out of calls. This is where you watch everything go wrong, folks. Because this episode, I think it's a short one. It's too short. I want to spend more time, Crispy. I don't want it to be.
We don't need to milk it.
I want to milk it though. We need watch time. No. So today we have learned call in drunk, but don't swear. There's our two. But don't call in drunk if you're underage. How many times in the last 2 episodes we have to say don't do this if you're not an appropriate age? We're slowly evolving into a mature podcast. This is scary.
Yeah. Are we
scary.
Maturing?
Maturing.
Alan
maturing.
Moffat boys.
Well,
look, maybe this is it. They were reaching a certain stage of deliriousness.
Hysteria, yeah. You know what it is? It's spending more than an hour recording with you. I just can't take it anymore.
It's crazy.
This isn't February 2022 anymore. I can't cope.
What is February 22? Oh, wait, when we started this?
When we started this podcast.
Really?
We've been going for 2.5 years, sir.
Oh, what? Are you serious?
In fact, do you want to end this with a random fun fact?
Sure.
Do you know what? It would have been so much better during the live episode. Maybe I'll remember to say it during the live episode. Who knows? But by the time this has come out, it's been over 2 years since I filmed the moment where David Tennant ate my face.
Over 2 years?
Over 2 years. Not for you, but for me. For you, it's been a year and a half-ish. We filmed it October 2022, and it was televised February 2023.
That is crazy. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
It's crazy times. It's crazy times. Would you believe that? and I still haven't met the guy again since. He did one Comic-Con in the UK, in Basingstoke, which is just not easy to get to, and he's done none since. And I think he's trying to avoid me, Crispy. I think he's trying to avoid me.
Maybe.
It's probably for the best. I can't afford to meet him right now. But I'm telling you now.
I really want you to make a cake. I really want you to make a cake.
I'm going to get a cake with him on it, with the cake with me on it.
That's it.
Cakeception.
That's it.
And I'll get a picture of him with the cake, and then when I meet him again, I'll get a picture with him with the cake, with him holding a cake with me on the cake, and then we'll just keep going. Vicious cycle,
just
vicious
be this
cycle.
Forever thing.
Yeah. I'll get a picture of me holding
really
the cake with
it.
him holding the cake with him holding the cake in my face, and then I'll get that on a cake, and he'll hold that for a photo, and it'll keep going.
It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. I'm excited for it. Yeah. And hey,
that concludes our episode of the best Doctor Who monsters. Maybe this is why we didn't do it until now, because we just kind of went into hysteria.
Yeah.
But it's been fun. Thank you all for listening. Much appreciated.
Thanks, guys.
Crispy, what's your closing comments?
My closing comments is the monsters so silly. They're so silly sometimes.
Why have we become drunk via osmosis? What's happened here?
I don't know. The art of the Doctor Who monster is that they will always be iconic. Even the bad ones end up with a certain level of stardom within the fandom. So, thank you. Thank you.
Stardom
very much.
In the fandom.
Stardom in the fandom. The fandom menace.
It's not the best Star Wars film. Let's check in with the poll to finish this episode off. The winner of the poll is still episode 5. All right. Well, thank you all for listening. We will see you all next week in Undecided Doctor Who episode, because at the time this is going out, this is about 3 weeks in the future. My brain isn't keeping up, so there'll be some kind of call before then, and you can give some kind of calls, and we'll talk about some kind of calls. I'm going to go. Thank you all for listening. Crispy's already given his closing comments. My brain actually has shut off. Like, I'm not even kidding. I feel like we have become drunk by listening to that call. Thank you, Zoe.
Yeah.
So we'll see you all next time when we talk about insert topic here. Until then, it's goodbye from Crispy.
See you later.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye. See you next week. Alonzi, baby.
Alon Slitheen.
Moffat boys. Bye.